It's like in the early 1900s, women would go and get heroin at their pharmacy so they'd feel better. Yeah. Then started becoming addicted. The first heroin myth is that people who use pain medication are more likely to go on to heroin. But that's not accurate. It's the people that misuse their prescription, that are using it not for legitimate reasons, that are 40 more times likely to go on to use heroin. In the old days of heroin use, the approach was lock them up, don't let them have heroin, let them sweat it out and go get dope sick, and then release them and they're cured. Well, that doesn't happen. What the medications they're using today is methadone and Suboxone, which are synthetic opioids, and the purpose for using them is to curb the cravings. Myth number 3 is that recovery from heroin addiction is rare, and that's actually not true. People who start out in their teens with addictive behavior will usually grow out of it by 25 or 30. Those who don't and go on to remain addicted for opioids, it will last about 10 years, and for alcohol, it lasts 15 years. The reason that we think that's a hopeless cause is we never see the people who actually outgrow their addictions and never came in for treatment. Myth number 4 is that tough love is the only thing that works, and that addicts have to hit rock bottom. Well, that's not true. Most addicts feel shame, they're embarrassed, they feel crappy about themselves, and they don't want to be addicted. They don't like losing their families. They don't like being cut off from their loved ones because their loved ones are fed up with it, or they're like, I've had enough, I'm tired of dealing with this. What people need, regardless of whether they're addicts or not addicts, is dignity, respect, love, and support. Myth number 5 is that Caucasians have recently skyrocketed in the use of heroin. That's actually not true. Caucasians have made up half of the population of heroin users since the 1970s and skyrocketed to 80% prior to 2000. The news media and outlets paint it primarily as an African American minority problem, but Caucasians have been right along there in their use of heroin. Right, thank you for joining us. We're going to continue this discussion on addictions, on pills, on our culture and the role it plays in prescribing pills to Americans. We're going to talk about myths about addictions, myths about what's going on with the pharmaceutical industry, and just what's happening. So continue tuning in, write in with your questions. If you have anything that you want us to answer or address or talk about, we'll be glad to do so, and we'll see you next time.